What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, unfortunately, guys, we had an extremely unlucky day yesterday. The fact that we did not walk away with at least one four-man hitting or even one three-man hitting is pretty incredible stuff. I talked about yesterday, and I showed you guys all the setups we had going into yesterday, right? We had this setup that could have potentially hit, this setup that could have hit, this setup that could have hit, this setup that could have hit. I think there was even one more or something like that, but I think we had like 6 setups. Yeah, the one more was that MMA play that also hit, and then we had another setup for that too. And then even on top of that, we had yesterday's play, which was with Jonquil Jones, and she goes ahead and hits at like 2 p.m., and then this game happens late in the day, and this one also goes opposite correlation. So to say the least, we had a bad day, and we had a very unlucky day. And why do I say that necessarily? Because if you took some sort of calculation and you had some sort of like expected value of how much we should have went up yesterday, I would say it would be in the realm of like 8 to 10 units, something like that. I mean, we could have easily cashed 2 to 3 of these yesterday. We've had days on this channel where we've cashed maybe 4 or 5 of these, and they're some of our best days ever when it kind of does look like this with all these different setups. And yeah, we just had a lot of things not go our way, right? This play, it doesn't go our way when this was set up. This play doesn't go our way when it was set up, and this guy gets a ton of kills in this game, and they actually go ahead and win the game. This was another one where these guys go ahead and win the game instead of lose the game, and these guys go over together. And then by the way, this series was 1-1. Just in the first game, these guys did extremely well. I think this guy got like 7 kills in game 1, and then this guy right here got I think 6 kills in game 1 as well. And then this was another one, and I could just go around and around and just show you guys. Here's another one that technically was a setup, technically wasn't, but we had this with this significant strike line here, and then we had this soccer setup as well. This guy DMPs, but then this guy plays, and this guy goes under. So we just had a lot of opposite correlation yesterday. I guess most of it, now looking at it, was because of League of Legends. Now, you could be like, well, League of Legends sucks, and we shouldn't be betting on League of Legends anymore. But that would be really, really a crazy overreaction, because we always cash on League of Legends, guys. League of Legends is one of the core principles of this channel and core things of this channel of why we do so well over the long term. We're up 1,000 units over the past 2.5 years, guys, using this betting strategy, which is called correlation. I talk about it pretty much every single day. If you want to see how we've done so far this year, then if I can find it, this is the screen here. You can pause and see how we've done on Prizepicks, the straight bets, sleeper, and better pretty much every day. I think I didn't update this for 2 days, so I'll try to update this by tomorrow's video. I'll be completely honest, I'm pretty tired tonight, so trying to get this video as quick as possible. I want to get this video out tonight just because we had a lot to go over, and I didn't want to wait till the morning to where we would have even more to go over. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. I'm getting this video out tonight so you guys can go ahead and tail the bets if you are up, and then obviously in the morning you can watch this video as well. Now, a couple of positive things here through the day. I mean, you can kind of call it positive. We had a 3x right here that kind of cashes together in Counter-Strike, and I'm going to be talking about Counter-Strike in today's video. By the way, guys, just as a note, Counter-Strike very correlated. And you're going to see that right here, right? Because this was a short game. This guy gets 8 kills. This guy gets 7 kills. So these guys had very, very correlated together because they go ahead and play a short game. Now, it would have been nice if this guy would have also, been nice to us and maybe gotten 7 kills or 8 kills, and we could have cashed this for a full 6x. But unfortunately, this guy was a little bit mean to us, not super mean, but a little bit mean, and he does push us at 9. So, even the hit that we did have on Prizepicks was not a full, complete hit. So, just to show you guys that yesterday was a little bit rough. I might have jinxed it a little bit, just to be honest with you guys. But yesterday, definitely a little bit rough, just even the hit that we had, right, with a 3-man or a 3-man that was set up with Counter-Strike could have been a lot better than it really was. So that's unfortunate. Now, I do want to say that a couple of videos ago, I think this was the one where I sent it out with that MLB play. So I sent an MLB fantasy score, pitcher fantasy score, hitter fantasy score. I think his name was Colson Montgomery. And I took him over in that video. Now, the play ended up missing. The Prizepicks play did. But then the play on better actually did hit right here with Chet, and which took Smash under 9 kills, and we were pretty much just waiting for Smash to go ahead and play. He does go ahead and play, so that's really nice to see. Now, the past couple of days on this channel have been very good, guys. Even though we missed the Jonquil Jones pick yesterday, we had a extremely good run, right? We had a 3x, we had a 5.5x, we had an 8.5x, which is huge for us, and then we had another 3x with this Chet play right here on Better. So again, make sure to take these Better entries when I do send them out in these videos, right? If you're not taking these entries, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And then I did actually send out Hyde yesterday. It was kind of an afterthought in yesterday's video, but I did say Hyde was good at under 23, and he did end up getting 22 kills. So this was like a kind of a low-key hit that we had here. So maybe you guys paired up Jones with Hyde, and maybe there are some stragglers out there that did actually cash an entry for from me yesterday's YouTube video. But again, I can't oversay enough that we did cash this like 2 days ago, and this is an 8.5x, right? So again, with an 8.5x, guys, you could literally miss like 7 to 8 entries in a row, and you could still be profitable from an 8.5x. That is the power of an 8.5x, and that's what it does to your bankroll. So one other thing, guys, is we do have a setup, and then we do have this play here on Sleeper, which low-key is a really nice sleeper pick. We had a 3.75x, close to a 4x for just a 2-man entry right here. And again, I knew that the Huns were a lot worse than Aurora Gaming, and I knew that this was going to be a closer game, and I actually doubled down on controls here. So you'll see here that I took controls as well. I took him under 14, and I took him under 22 kills. He gets 8 headshots, and he gets 11 kills. And in 11 kills, guys, this was a super short game. Like I said, I already told you guys this, but all Jackson had to do is go over 13.5. This was a discount, and then this guy did his thing and goes under, and then we pretty much get a 4x for this on Sleeper. And I know a lot of you guys did cash this. A lot of you guys did go ahead and tail this because I have a lot of tails on it on Winnable, and that normally means you guys did go ahead and tail it. Now, let's get into today's plays. Sorry about going over so much. I just really like going over the losses. I hope you guys appreciate that. I feel like there's too many people out here on the internet that they talk about sports betting and they never talk about the losses. Like if you have a day like this, we were set up objectively extremely well. We just got a little bit unlucky, and that's going to happen in sports betting, right? If you're not ready to lose some entries, this was a really frustrating, tough day, right? And this is the type of days that are going to happen in sports betting. You're not going to be on top of the world every single day. You're going to have some tough misses. But again, I want you guys to understand that we easily could have hit 2, 3, 4 of these entries, and we would have had a different conversation. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same sort of stuff that I'm saying in today's video, guys. We cashed correlated entries together in League of Legends, in soccer, in Counter-Strike, and again, I'm going to be talking about that as well today. So if you guys do want to get into the VIP real quick, you guys can sign up with Bovada. I have a lock of the day that I have blurred out right here, but it's going to be my lock of the day. If you don't want access to that, go ahead and text me to my number on the screen right here, which is 512-270-0440, and I'll get you guys this play of the day. If the play hits, great. If the play misses, I'm actually going to pay you guys this money back. So I'll pay you back the 20 to 25 bucks that you put on this play. The steps are right here on the screen. You text me Bovada, you deposit 20 to 25 bucks, and you get 2 free months of the VIP. Whether the play hits or misses, the play will you'll get Venmo or Cash App back if the play misses, but you'll get 2 free months of the VIP no matter what, okay? Now, the lock of the day yesterday actually missed. It was Spurs money line. You guys saw Wimby got pulled out of the game, and that was pretty much the reason the Spurs lost. But yeah, Wimby does get ejected in like the first quarter or something, so we do actually miss our first lock of the day ever. So everyone that did sign up with Bovada, you will get Venmo or Cash App back, and if you have not gotten Venmo or Cash App back, just hit me up and I'll go ahead and Venmo or Cash App you back, okay? But we are like 7 and 8 or something like that on the plays of the day, and then I just keep forgetting things, guys, but the SGA discount, if I can find it, my brain is not working tonight, but you will see it. Like and comment, subscribe, you'll get entered to win this signed SGA discount. So go ahead and do that, guys. 1 raffle ticket a day for every time that you go ahead and like and comment, all right? So let's get into today's play of the day. We do have one in Counter-Strike Correlation, all right? So you already saw that one with Sleeper, and I actually had that other play with the Dota and Counter-Strike guys that we cashed for the 3x. But you'll see, once again, we have a Counter-Strike correlated duo, and I want to explain why Counter-Strike is so correlated. So Counter-Strike is so correlated because it is not based off of who wins or loses the game. It is much more based off of game length, all right? So a longer game is going to equal more kills. A shorter game is going to equal fewer kills, all right? My way of kind of saying this is 35 rounds or less is a shorter game. You're normally going to get less kills. And then 45 rounds or higher is normally a longer game. And kind of anywhere in between can kind of just be here or there. Maybe you'll go over, maybe you'll go under. But most of the time, when you're playing in a longer game, so that's going to be overtime rounds, that's going to be games that are like 13 to 10, 13 to 11, so very tight games. Both players on both teams. So you'll see here that I'm actually taking Astralis versus Team Liquid. So these guys are playing in the same game together. And because they're playing in the same game, they have the chance of having a longer game, right? If the game goes into overtime, then both these guys are obviously going to be playing in that game together, and both of these guys are going to have more kills. It makes sense if you think about it, guys. If you're playing in a game, in a video game or something like that against your friend potentially, and it's a close game, you're like, hey, we got to win by 2, or, we're going into overtime, right? You're going to see each other rack up kills, rack up stats versus each other, rather than if it's just a complete blowout and maybe your friend quits out of the game and he's just like, you know what, I'm done, you win, right? Then it's going to be less kills in total because of that's how the game works, right? Now, I do want to say real quick, I do also like a Liege to go over 29.5. I will say I've been doing Counter-Strike for 2 years, 2.5 years, guys. I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter if you bet on the same team or if you bet on opposite teams. This is still very correlated. But if it makes more sense to you to be like, hey, I want to bet on a Team Liquid guy, which is this blue team, and I want to bet on another Team Liquid guy, which is a Liege, you can go ahead and slot in a Liege for Ryu if you really want. But Ryu is a really good play, which is why I'm adding that there. Okay, so why do I like this play so much? It is because it is correlated based on the overs together and the unders together. I can show you guys this real quick with both of these guys. If I sort this by a longer amount of rounds, so I said 45 rounds or higher. So if I sort all the games where these guys have gone 45 rounds or higher, you will see that they most likely are going to hit this line together, okay? Because that is going to be a longer game, all right? If I can go ahead and have some longer games here, 45 rounds or higher. And you're going to see as I adjust the rounds to just go higher and higher. So let's say I had a 54 round game, which is just being extremely long game. I mean, you're probably getting like double or triple overtime. You're going to see how much these guys go over. Like this guy has literally never gone under this line when this game has gone 54 rounds. And you're going to see the opposite is true if I put this to 35 rounds or less, right? So if I put it to like 35 rounds or 37 rounds, 38 rounds, you're going to see that most of the time he does go under because it's a shorter game. I know this video is kind of bleeding a little bit longer, but I want to show you guys some real life examples. Here's an example of a shorter game. You have 13 to 5, and then you have 13 to 2. And if my math is correct, this should be 26 plus 5, that's 31. This is 33. So this is a super short game, 33 rounds in this game in total. And you will see if I come down to all the guys' kills right here, everyone in this game pretty much does go under, right? The only guys who do go over, I would say, is probably this guy Zelo and this guy Jame right here. So both of these guys, it looks like actually did have a pretty good game and got in the 30s, but literally everyone else goes way under. And you'll see that everyone on this team that was the losing team goes way under, right? This guy only got 7 kills. He had 7 kills and 30 deaths. Now here's an example of a game that goes super long, right? It was 11 to 13, so this game goes the distance, and this game goes into this is triple overtime in the second game here. So you're going to see that pretty much everyone goes over in this game, right? You have some guys getting 65 kills, which is absolutely insane in this game. So all of these guys are kind of in the 30s or the 40s and stuff like that. There's some 27s and stuff here and there, but most of these guys are getting a ton of kills because this game goes into overtime, right? So that is how Counter-Strike works. Now, I explained that quite a lot, so I don't really want to explain Alana Smith too much. This game is happening in a couple of days. I really like her at 16.5 PRA under. I would say take it at 16.5, take it at 16 as well. I really like her under in this game. If it bumps down to 15.5, I do not like it as much because that's a full PRA, and a full PRA definitely means something in the NBA and in the WNBA. But a really good play here. Now, this is like the first, second or third game of the season, so I wouldn't really rely too much on this graph. There's also a lot of like random DMPs going on, which I don't really know what's going on this here. So I'm just gonna move on. Maybe these are like USA games or something. I don't know. It's really weird, but anyway. Really solid play on Alana Smith right here. You'll see on FanDuel that her line is the same, but her line is minus 130 on FanDuel. So FanDuel is favoring her to go way under instead of going over. So really like this pick here. This is a 3-man. This should be like a 5.25x or a 5.5x. This is my play of the day, guys. I know that today's video is a little bit long-winded, but I do want to reward you guys for sticking around till the very end. This free code for today is going to be 771. And if you go ahead and use my VIP, you go into the free month, and then you go ahead and type in this code, or the month, and you type in this code 771. This will get you 1 free month of my VIP. Now the catch here is this code can only be used 1 time, right? So if you watch the video to the end, if you got early to the video, whether you have post notifications on or something like that, then you will go ahead and be able to hopefully use this code. If you're too late, then come back tomorrow. I'll have another code for you somewhere in the video, and hopefully you guys can get that free month if you are lucky enough and quick enough, right? So a little bit of a mini game in these videos, which is pretty fun here. So thank you guys again for watching. Like I said, kind of a disappointing day, but that's how sports betting is, guys. Sometimes we're going to go up 30 units. Sometimes we're going to have a bad day. Sometimes we're going to be somewhere in between, right? All we care about is week over week, month over month, that we're going to generate profit. That is what we always do. So trust the program, stick to the strategy, and eventually the winning days and the days where everything is hitting together will come, right? So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.